Yo, 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 what's the word? It's your host that wrote the most, Steve O Stoner, aka FBA Stoner Trap. We in that building. We about to tap back into that conversation with Corey and Anton Daniels beefing. And we're gonna do a couple other little topics while we up in here. But this is what I wanted to start off with, so let's dive right into it.
What's up, y'all? I've been going live for years. I got a legend in here with me, Ken Edwin, man. We gonna wait for y'all to pile in. Y'all know what time it is. Craig Facts Live is back on a daily basis. But since YouTube has made it a lot easier, we don't all have to be in the same studio around each other, smelling what we smell like. We can keep a distance and give our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know who this is, Ken Edwin, the one and only nose man himself.
Nose man is crazy.
What's up, man? So look, all day long, bro, and you like when it comes to the way that you are, the way you think, even your boundaries in life, the shit you accept from people, how we like twins in that way where I feel like we're very similar. Like every time I've ever seen you standing on something and a little bit angry or even happy is something where I'm like, damn, okay, I can see myself. We think similar. You feel what I'm saying? You're a weirdo like me, right? Would you agree with that? Okay, so I've never seen you out of your skin, right? We seen the situation with Corey. We seen the situation with Antoine. Antoine rage baiting. Everybody has a different point of view on who's right, who's wrong, who should have did what Corey should have did, what Antoine did, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
From a man who I know is a real man. You know what I'm saying? Give me your take on the situation, how it was handled, how you might have approached it differently, or was it approached in a perfect way?
I think that I think Corey can only do so much in that situation. He brought somebody that was going to be opposite of whatever he was going to say, just so they can have a friendly, manly conversation. The problem with that is your platform to have that happens.
Right, right,
Bro got terrible reception.
right.
Even trying to listen to people's arguments. You're not trying to say anything that's of substance for the people, and that's what Corey was trying to stand on. It's like you saying all this stuff. Say something about what the white man did. Oh no, I'm not. I would never say something that's hateful. Okay, you'll never say something that's hateful, but you saying all this stuff. You're gonna say that black people sold other black people in slavery, all of them. It's like that's not even
Right,
true.
right.
But I'm an educated person and I study. Yeah, you study what you want to study, but that's the problem. Also, that's the problem with being on the internet today is people can have these platforms because you know you can some bullshit
Right,
and
right.
people,
Damn, your Wi-Fi going in and out,
but
in and out.
Bro, Wi-Fi is terrible.
really so they can't hear me
They
at all.
can, but it's like they can hear your words, but your video is
It's
choppy,
really
and then
glitchy.
sometimes
Yeah,
it'll be
it's really
cool.
glitchy.
But no, I agree. So basically, in my opinion, Corey was trying to have a constructive
Mm-hmm.
conversation, and Antoine was there for bullshit. He was there. He was there for bullshit, and what he did kind of worked in a way very shortly. And when Corey picked up on it, I felt like he nullified it. But I hate to see time being wasted. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what's done on 5150 ain't even in the same lane as what Anton does. But Anton was on a seek and destroy mission, right? He thought he would get there and somehow, okay, it says Max Guest, my bad. I feel like he just had a plan, and his plan was to create clickbait. His plan was to create clickbait.
Yeah, it was. Is he gonna be talking to bro the whole time with this weak ass Wi-Fi? Let's skip up a bit.
And y'all
Okay,
just
there we go.
talk it out like men. But as soon
Right.
as he started to question Darlene, question you, question the people that are around him, you could tell that he was there to provoke something more than what he was there for.
Mhm.
This wasn't a
Right.
conversation that we was just trying to have to where it was just like, oh, this is a man-to-man situation.
CIA tactic. I remember if you look up COINTELPRO, the CIA, what they would do to black leaders is they would send disparaging letters to everybody in their inner circle, and they would create a paranoia that this person is turning on you.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this picture we got of Bob, your closest, your
Yeah.
most trusted advisor. He's at the grocery store with your wife, and you didn't even know they went there together.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Here,
Right.
listen to this audio we have of Dan talking about you. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
that, I mean, do you
Yeah.
think here's the thing. Do you think government plants are real? Do you think governments still use COINTELPRO tactics and plant people within organizations to create some type of chaos?
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
I mean, why?
Yeah, 1000% COINTELPRO is still real. Even more real today because you got to think about this. Back then, it was a little bit far of a stretch as far as getting the information from one person to another. It's way faster nowadays with the internet. So you can propagandize something really fast nowadays. Really fast, especially with meme culture. With these 6-second clips that everybody watch, having an attention span of 7 seconds. So yeah, it's definitely easy to sway the minds of those who are trying to come together and make something collectively. You get what I'm saying? And pit them against each other and make propaganda to follow such.
Not. Why wouldn't they? It's
Right.
worked all these years.
You think they ever tried to get you?
No, I'm not big enough.
Look, shit, I don't know, nigga. In 5th grade, it was a weird nigga in class. I'm telling you. I think they've been on me since I was born, because I think I'm the messiah around this mother. Like,
No, so I remember when I was young, I used to be like, I'm more, from what you were saying earlier when you introduced me, it's like I'm more of a militant person than people think. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I don't try to get out of myself is because I know where I would take it. If it was me and him sitting there and he asked me to go outside, I probably wouldn't go outside either. But I also know when I get somebody there where they want to go outside,
you winning.
I won. It's time for me to provoke you even more.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact because you could tell that a person's not intelligent if you could get them to want a physical confrontation really fast, especially if y'all in a debating setting. You know what I'm saying? Where they supposed to be using their mind to know that this is a speaking forum. We not here to box, man. It's not no fucking ring. We ain't getting paid. You not getting paid $5,000 for the fight, $10,000 for the fight. So why we finna sit here and fight? That don't even make sense.
But
Oh,
see,
so you just-
Ken, I know you, but I don't know you. I know you because I know your spirit, right?
Right.
You nigga ain't gonna make it outside fucking with Ken. You
Probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't.
table flipping immediately.
Yeah.
Fucking with Ken. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also I'm not gonna show my ass in that kind of way.
yeah, well that would be stripping.
Like I'm just gonna be like, yeah, and I'm just gonna stop talking.
See, you wouldn't have shown your ass, but Anton, that's what he wanted to do.
That's what
He wanted to show his ass. He wanted to show his whole asshole. Anton's like, man, I'm here to get fucked.
He wanted to see some ass. That's what it
To get
was.
cracked
I think it was
crazy.
so odd that he made that comment about sucking the dick of Black America. That was did you see that comment?
Yeah,
That was a very precise, studied response.
yeah,
That was a very precise, studied response, and he
Yeah.
wrote that towards a certain personality archetype.
mm-hmm.
The outside looking in, he thinks that Corey views the world in a certain way. See, a lot of people who are political, they don't understand comedic point of view. You have the big picture, which is politics and what happens in the world, and then you have the little picture, what's good comedians are good at the little picture. That's what's personal about the big picture to you. And
He just hit on a good point because I was wondering why Corey couldn't, not that he couldn't defend himself, but he wasn't hitting the talking points that he needed to hit in that conversation. But that's a good way to analyze.
Antoine is only in big picture reality.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's why he came in and tried to frame the conversation with us, with us having democratic talking points, because he doesn't understand the DNA of a comedian's mind. He thinks being a comedian means you don't take things as serious. No, we take things serious, but we find the moral in it that people can connect to and use in their lives. Anton is not concerned with that. He's just concerned with attention. He's concerned with rage baiting, and he's a very smart guy.
Yeah.
But he miscalculated the importance of his point of view on that show. And I gotten a lot of people I respect who've hit me up saying, oh, Corey took an L. Some people said Corey won. This is not about wins and losses. I don't think Corey was trying to win or beat anything. Corey was literally interested in open dialogue and creating community where different types of thinking of different types of black people can be heard and intellectually debated.
I feel as though Corey, that was his goal for real, because in the beginning of the show, he did say that. Him and Darlene pointed that out too. She said the show would be kind of boring if all the time Corey was to only have his point of view and that's it. But when I heard the first 2 minutes of that joint, I was like, man, look, I can't listen to no brother like this. I don't know what's on his mind. I knew he was chasing it. I knew he was doing something to get a viral moment.
For sure.
But Anton's not interested in that.
He's not. He's only he has self-interest. And on top of that, the type of person Anton is, he's one of them hoe ass niggas that dirty max and tries to get in a bitch's draws by saying, "Oh, that's the guy you hate. I'm gonna go say something and provoke the guy you hate so I can get that pussy."
Anton the type of nigga to fuck a bitch and leave a neck bone on the dresser. Like, bitch, that's for you. I want you to be too into what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? He's just he a smart dude though. I feel like he trolling. I feel like he trolling, bro. I don't feel like he believes what he's saying. I think whatever you're supposed to say about the black movement, he's saying the opposite because he's black and he understands that we're warriors.
There you go. I said I don't mean to cut Craig's message off too short, but I said that during the live stream when I reacted to it, I said this is on the contrary, nigga. He knows all the talking points that are right, that makes complete sense, that you cannot debate. But his job is to come through and debate them anyway because he knows it's going to shake the room. He knows the conversation is going to go a certain way. And he knows everybody's going to rush and click on it just because it's a melanated face saying all this bullshit about black people. So,
class, we want to fight when we've been wronged. I think he bullshitting.
For sure, but you can't. The problem with bullshitting like that is like bullshitting to the masses, right? You can't put yourself out there like that. Like, I make crack jokes all day, and this is I feel like this is where he kind of miscalculated. He miscalculated the fact that most comedians, although we always cracking jokes, right? There's a self-righteousness to every truth and every joke that we tell.
Right.
There's righteousness. We're trying to help the people. At the end of the day, we're trying to help the people get along. And now you're talking about somebody who is Corey, who's like his shield is nothing but manly. I have to be a man. So now you see that and you say, hey, I see where there's a chink in his armor.
Right.
Where it's just like, no, bro, you're gonna lose because if he hauls off and slap you, nobody's gonna sit there and say he was wrong for it because you're saying bullshit, and then you're trying to push towards the bullshit.
He wasn't worried about he might have been worried about the physical altercation, but I think that was less on his mind because he had a bodyguard there with him. Corey kept saying that he had a bodyguard there with him. I think that's more why he pulled it too, not only to get a viral moment, but outside of that, he had a bodyguard, meaning he knew he was coming there with extra protection. So,
and when you play stupid games, guess what you get? You get stupid prizes.
And he's also trying to isolate you on an island he built himself. It's an island that is self-island where he planted the trees, he planted everything. All the pigs he released.
Yeah.
Everything is his. He's trying to isolate you away from your source.
Yeah.
Corey's source is not an emotionality, which I that's why I respect how he called himself. But the strategy of what Anton did is smart.
Yeah.
It's smart. He spoke in an accusational tone.
Mm-hmm.
He told him who he thought he was.
Right.
Do you feel what I'm saying? That's all
Yeah.
bait.
Right.
That's all bait.
But
All right,
it doesn't look good if you've baited and then you see, oh shit, that didn't work. Let me bait some more. And it's like, because at that point, you're like, what are we talking about? It feels like I'm talking to a bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right,
everybody
right.
sees it at that point. Like, it do seem like
Because at that point, it was about an hour in, and y'all steady going back and forth on the same talking points. For an hour straight, he talked about how black folks wasn't shit, negated to say anything about what any white male did wrong to bring down the value of the country. Because Corey asked him that specifically. He went around that question, started talking about liberal white women, and then crashed out, and it didn't go nowhere from there. That was basically it.
a hoe right now. Like, what's happening?
Right. But somebody said he did try to calm the show. No, he switched tactics. He didn't try to calm the show back down. Once the level of energy got lower, he then started to try to control the show by taking over the question and answering portion of the show. So let me ask you a few questions.
Right.
You get that's all tactical.
Right.
That's all tactical.
But you gotta have good when you're doing that. You gotta have good tactics. If Corey's sitting there saying, "Tell me something that I've done that shows me in the light that you're speaking," give a good example. Don't say, "Oh, the Dave Chappelle stuff. You tiptoe."
That is my point.
That's not what you said.
That's my point exactly that I want to get to the young cats. Look, when you deal with somebody that's speaking illogically.
Imagine being able to build an app.
Make sure y'all go to stonertrap.com, get the merch, the music, live streams, and live performances. You dig?
There's 2 ways, maybe 3 ways to combat it. The number 1 way, so you save yourself trial and error and unnecessary wasted time, is you respectfully discontinue the conversation and you do something else. Because there's nothing you can gain in life from wasting your life dealing with people who already have a certain agenda and narrative they're trying to push. These people aren't even interested in your perspective. They're interested in stealing your energy. It's actually a form of attempted murder. Every breath you take is you can never get that breath back again. They're stealing portions of your life. Because there's something on the other side that makes them feel empty, and that void they feel, they have to fill it with people's souls.
People's souls.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the Reaper type shit. There's no gain from fucking with an illogical person. This is what the whole concept of a vampire is. Somebody that's going to suck your blood. They're sucking your life source.
No cap. And then to add into what Craig is saying, a lot of these people are time wasters, and they waste time because when they see black people get into a room and start talking about something productive, if you're a person that eats off the destruction of black people, you don't want that to happen. So you're going to start to talk a certain way to kind of dissipate the energy in the room, if that makes sense.
If a person is not interested in positive energy and in moving things forward, because look, at the end of the day, we can have a disagreement as men, right? If I say something you don't agree with, Ken, but I'm able to support that with real facts, even if we start off in the negative as far as our respect for each other, the more truth I tell, or my opinion I tell, and I support with truth, you as a man, the more you're supposed to begin to respect me. But even if I'm telling truth and supporting it with facts that are bigger than my opinion, and you disregard it, you are a succubus. You're not here for conversation and growth. You're here to feed your ego.
Right.
This is not something you should ever participate in as a man for longer than is necessary.
For sure.
So the first way you stop anything like that is you discontinue the conversation respectfully and you go on your merry way. The second way is what Ken just said right now. Nigga, you ask questions. Once you realize that somebody is only interested in your energy, you make them use their energy. So why do you feel that way? What would lead you to believe that? Is there anything that you could, any information you can give me to prove that?
Yeah.
Okay, who'd you learn that from? Would you mind if I asked you, you keep asking them questions?
Ask them the questions.
Nah, this is facts. Let's see what dude has to say back to Corey, because to Craig. That's one of Corey Holcomb's co-hosts. If y'all didn't know, that's Craig Facts. A lot of y'all know. Y'all know who Craig Facts is, man. I wanted to see if dude said something back. Because I thought he did. I felt as though I had seen it. Maybe I was tripping. Gang, cuz.
When you consume THC, it can stay in your system for 30 plus days, depending on your usage and leading factors.
What's up, everyone? I'm back with another one. Today, I'm showing you Brown's reaction to the explosive clash between Corey Holcomb and Anton
Kwame Brown said
Daniels.
something about it?
Check out this clip and see the moment unfold.
Somebody that's not short and fat like Anton Daniels, had they said it to him, will he had the same energy? No, he
I
wouldn't
don't
do
think
it.
it has anything to do with size, like the other
That's what I'm
brothers said.
saying.
I know
Exactly.
some people that will even the odds if you tell them the SMD. They don't care about your size.
Right.
Most people, once you tell them the SMD, that's why I say you got to see what's going to happen in an environment where it's not controlled. An environment where it's not controlled, you tell a man the SMD, your life is on the line.
Man, come on. That's true, because that environment was very controlled. They in a studio that they don't want to wreck. Dude, there was security. It's women around trying to break it up. So this is very true.
Down where I'm from.
all
He's
this
saying that
talking-
they were both being disrespectful toward.
I never said they wasn't
I'm
both
not
being
even saying that.
disrespectful. I want you to listen to what I'm saying carefully. There is a difference between telling a man, kiss my ass, man, I don't want to hear all that. Then that's my SMD, man. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm telling you,
Man, yeah.
SMD is a violation of a sexuality. That is a killable offense in some people's mind.
Hey, in other
So
words,
you keep responding in a way that you think is the same. It's not.
He just broke down that perfectly. He just broke that down perfectly. Go back how he said it.
And both
not
being
even saying that.
respectful. I want you to listen to what I'm saying carefully. There is a difference between
Listen
telling
to
a
him.
man, kiss my ass, man, I don't want to hear all that. Then that's my SMD, man. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm telling you,
Man,
SMD is a violation of a sexuality. That is a killable offense in some people's mind.
facts.
hey, in other
So
words,
you
I
keep
was calling
responding
him
in a way that you think is the same. It's not.
And that's
Yeah.
hey, I ask this. Y'all ever saw the movie Goodfellas when your boy
I spelled bro name wrong. I wonder if Tyreek had said anything about it. Probably not on YouTube.
I told him, I said, bro, I warned him. I said, I'm going to match your energy. So.
Okay, you told them that beforehand.
If you
told them that beforehand.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's switch seats. I'm with it.
Ooh.
I don't do no sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no sucking shit. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Well, tell you what, watch that sucking shit, because that'll go bad. Call it what you want. I don't do no sucking, homie. You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You okay, but that gay shit? Oh, you go.
Fuck about what you talking
Hey, homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no sucking.
Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you. I was reacting to this. I don't know if you caught
It was
it.
a very heated moment, man. They both seemed to not be backing down in that moment. Corey did not look scared. People kept saying Corey looked scared or he was shaking, but Corey was right there with
Well,
him.
tell you what. Watch that sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no sucking,
you say a
homie.
You
lot.
call it what you want, but when two men step in each other's realm, you can't really say neither one of them scared if they ain't ducking or running.
Shit, I don't what either. You
Okay, but that gay shit, oh, you go.
fuck about what you talking
Hey, homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no sucking shit.
Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you. I was reacting to this. I don't know if you caught it live of my reactions.
No,
But
I just got off the plane and somebody sent it to me. So I said, Coley is a reasonable dude. We could have a conversation.
Fair enough, man. So yeah, if you were listening to a little bit, let me ask, since you're up here, what's your perspective after everything that transpired?
I told people I don't do interviews. So like, for example, if people say, yo, Ton, I want to interview you, I want to have a conversation, I disagree with some of the stuff that you say or whatever. If I don't know you, or if you're not like somebody that I'm familiar with or something like that, like in real life, I'm only doing it in person from now on. Because I think that, I don't want to be muted. I don't want to be removed. I don't want to do none of that, right? So he said, yo, I want to have you on the platform. He called me because we got some mutual acquaintances. He called me. I said, all right, cool. He said, I disagree with you on a lot of stuff. It's probably going to be, a difficult thing. And so I was like, he said, you still sure you want to do it? I said, yeah. I said, but I'm only doing it in person. I said, so when we doing it? And so I pulled up to his studio and I told him, I said, bro, I warned him. I said, I'm going to match your energy. So.
Okay, you told them that beforehand.
If you
told them that beforehand.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I said, we can have a disagreement. I said, but I'm going to match whatever energy you have. If you a cool person, then I'm going to be that. And he was like, all right, cool. But see, I still already know, right? So I studied him. I went into the labs. I went into the vaults, found out everything that he did, watched multiple shows, and I was prepared for whatever. And so the minute that he said that I suck, I don't know, he said I suck white people ass, white men's ass.
Yeah.
You can't control how I respond to it. You can't tell me what level
He said you kiss white people ass, but you were sitting there, it had been 25 minutes into the interview, and your whole rhetoric was how black folks wasn't shit. And you completely negated his question when he asked you, so, okay, I get, even if that's how you feel, tell me, what have white Caucasian men done to bring the value of this country down? And you could not, you refused to answer him. That's when you started crashing out with him. And y'all was finna do the whole fight thing.
disrespect I should be willing to take.
I'm gonna keep highlighting.
And then say, nah, but you can't go this far with him. So let's assume for the sake of conversation that you don't agree with how far I took it. Now you gotta do something. Because I'm in your studio in person, right face to face with you, and I don't want to pick up your bag, so I'm not going to scrap online because that'll get you demonetized.
And that's what we were talking about on stream. I brung some people up, and we're like, it was pretty smart. Like, I was giving my perspective. Like, if someone walked up on me, I will probably just swing because that's a threat. But nah, I think that Anton.
Why?
Well, I said this. I said that I think that you handled it smart because it's like, well, you still offered them to fade outside to avoid fighting on camera to mess up the bag. So I think that that was probably what was best.
Most AI plugins do all the
Either
work.
way, I think that part benefited them both. And I don't think neither one of them wanted to fight for real. I like that too. I don't think bro wanted to fight. I really don't think Corey wanted to fight. So it's one of those things where they was getting into emotional uproar and tensions get high and shit. So people will want to knuckle up in them times, but I think both of them had a second and realized who they was and didn't need to do that. That's a W on both their sides. They did not need to fight.
It was free reign. We was right there. We could have got it in. What is there to talk about?
Yeah.
And for the people that may say, nah, I came to your city in your studio knowing that you disrespectful as what we talking about? This wasn't online. I wasn't talking in general. I'm talking right there to your face.
Yeah. Let me ask a question.
What are we talking about? Like you may not agree with everything that I say, but if you can't tell a chick, here's my thing. Regardless of where you stand on it, you can't tell a chick move out the way and just sit there. What is that? You might as well let her stay there.
We going back right now. I'm with it. I bet you won't say that. We going back right now. I got money for all this. Whatever. I got money too. Don't nobody give a about this shit. Hey, yo.
No, it's just not.
I ain't falling for them. I ain't falling. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie.
What does that mean? Like, if we don't have a conversation, we're going to have a conversation. And once he put the microphone down, that mean that it's up then. Because it ain't no more talking, and ain't nothing amicable. And that's when I'm like, all right, well, I got up. Like, all right, I guess we're about to shoot the fade outside.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, because as I was reacting to this live, first time watching it, right before I watched it live, I think I seen like a 30-second clip on Instagram, and I'm like, I got to get on stream and I got to react to it. All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of I asked arguments, and then he would just ask another question. You would make a point. He would have no arguments.
Well, that's how you do it, right? That's why I studied.
Okay, so you knew this already coming into it. You were fully prepared that he was gonna be like intellectually inferior than you.
Yeah, I never.
Oh, we just lost him. Could be some bad service. Hold up, chat.
I wouldn't call Corey intellectually inferior. I would just say that his focus is different, man. He a comedian, so he's not a community activist. You know what I'm saying? So he's not he knows that it's something wrong. He knows that the black community has a grievance, and he knows that it is a legit grievance. Does he know how to fully articulate that? No, he probably don't. And he has a tight circle of people that do. That's why I would recommend that he use those people. Like when that whole debate went down, I kept saying, "Where's Rizza of Islam when you need him?" Because that's a guest that he's had on multiple times. I said, "Where's Tariq Nasheed when you need him?" Because that is a guest that he had on a lot of times. Even Willie D talked to Willie D. You know, Willie D stumped for the lineage. So it's one of those things where I just wish somebody was there to debunk this dude, because he's an obvious plant from somewhere. He's some type of Republican shield for some reason, because he was caping super hard for the Republicans, and then he said that I'm not a black man first, I'm a Christian. That shit threw me all the way off. So it's a lot of red flags with this guy. That's
a notification.
Oh, notification. Okay, we still live.
Safety alert notification.
Got it.
But, yeah, I mean, if you look and you see what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be an intellectual conversation. It's gonna go that other way. So, like, all right, cool. I'm still coming.
Facts. Okay. So you were fully prepared. You kind of already anticipated, the type of questions he would ask, the type of responses he would give, and you were already aware that, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and match your energy, and that's exactly what you did. Okay. Fair enough.
My thing is, I'm a very, very cool, respectful person. I'm one of the coolest people, one of the coolest friends that anybody can have. Usually when something happens, I'm responding to something that somebody else says, whether it's a woman, a guy, whatever, right? And so I don't have no smoke. I ain't got no beef with nobody. I ain't got none of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand my opponent. I understand what I'm dealing with. So for me, it was just like, I know what 5150 is. I understand exactly what it is.
Yeah, I had some people in the chat. They were saying, well, Anton didn't say it again. He didn't call him the D word again and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that doesn't mean that Anton isn't masculine. This just means that, you know, he's aware of his surroundings and he didn't say it again. Just because you don't agree with someone's ultimatum doesn't mean that you have to engage in.